Hello students, in this video we will be discussing about various concepts and formulas related to thermal properties of liquids and gases. Let us start with basics. Liquids do not have shape of their own. They take the shape of container. Hence, for liquids, only volume expansion is considered. Since interatomic forces in liquids are very weak when compared to those of solids, expansion of liquids is several hundred times greater than that of solids. When liquid is taken in a container and heated, then both liquid and container expands. Hence, there are two types of volume expansions for liquids. First one, apparent expansion. Second one, real expansion. Real expansion is actual expansion of liquid, whereas apparent expansion is observed expansion of liquid measured relative to container. First one, coefficient of apparent expansion of liquid. This is denoted by gamma A. It is defined as ratio of increase in observed volume of liquid to its original volume per 1 degree centigrade rise of temperature. It is given as gamma A is equals to observed increase in volume of liquid divided by original volume of liquid into rise in temperature. Coefficient of apparent expansion of liquid depends upon nature of liquid, scale of temperature, and nature of container. Second one, coefficient of real expansion of liquid, which is denoted as gamma R. It is defined as ratio of increase in actual volume of liquid to its original volume per 1 degree centigrade rise of temperature. It is given as gamma R is equals to actual increase in volume of liquid divided by original volume of liquid into rise in temperature. Coefficient of real expansion depends only on nature of liquid and scale of temperature. It does not depend upon nature of container. Next topic. Relation between coefficient of real expansion and coefficient of apparent expansion. It is given as gamma R is equals to gamma A plus gamma C, or gamma R is equals to gamma A plus 3 alpha, where gamma C is equals to coefficient of volume expansion of container and alpha is equals to coefficient of linear expansion of container. Note, if gamma R is greater than gamma C, then gamma A is positive. In such case, liquid level initially falls and then rises in container. If gamma R is equals to gamma C, then gamma A is equals to 0. Then in this case, liquid level in the container remains same. Next topic, coefficient of apparent expansion of mercury in a mercury thermometer is given as gamma A is equals to pi r square L whole thing divided by P into delta T, where R is bore of thermometer, L is length of mercury column in the thermometer, V is initial volume of mercury at temperature T1 degree centigrade, and delta T is rise in temperature. Next topic, condition for volume of empty space in a container to remain constant at all temperatures. Let gamma C is coefficient of volume expansion of container, gamma L is coefficient of volume expansion of liquid, Vc is volume of container, Vl is volume of liquid. You can observe that this is the empty space. On heating, container may expand, liquid may expand, but this volume of empty space will remain constant if Vc into gamma C is equals to Vl into gamma L. Note, in a glass container, if mercury is taken 1/7 of the volume of container, then the empty space above mercury in the container remains constant at all temperatures. Next topic, variation of density of liquid with temperature. When temperature of liquid is increased, then density of liquid decreases. Let D1 be the density of liquid at temperature T1 degree centigrade, D2 be the density of liquid at temperature T2 degree centigrade, gamma R be coefficient of real expansion of liquid. then d2 is equals to d1 divided by 1 plus gamma r into T2 minus T1. If d1 is equals to d0, that is density of liquid at 0 degree centigrade, and d2 is equals to dt, that is density of liquid at T degree centigrade, then dt is equals to d0 divided by 1 plus gamma r into T. Next one, specific gravity bottle experiment. Using specific gravity bottle, the coefficient of apparent expansion of liquid can be determined. Gamma A is equals to mass of liquid expelled by mass of remaining liquid into rise in temperature. It's also given as gamma A is equals to M1 minus M2 divided by M1 into T2 minus T1, where M1 is mass of liquid in specific gravity bottle at temperature T1 degree centigrade. M2 is mass of liquid in specific gravity bottle at temperature T2 degree centigrade. The above relation can also be expressed as gamma A is equals to W2 minus W3 whole thing divided by W3 minus W1 whole thing into T2 minus T1, where W1 is mass of empty specific gravity bottle, W2 is mass of specific gravity bottle along with completely filled liquid at temperature T1 degree centigrade. W3 is mass of specific gravity bottle along with remaining liquid. T2 is final steady temperature up to which liquid along with specific gravity bottle is heated. Next topic, anomalous expansion of water. On cooling water from 100 degrees centigrade to 4 degrees centigrade, water contracts similar to all other liquids. But on cooling water from 4 degrees centigrade to 0 degrees centigrade, water expands. This behavior of water is known as anomalous expansion of water. Anomalous expansion of water can be graphically represented as shown in figures. You can observe that with increase in temperature, volume decreases up to 4 degrees centigrade, and then from 4 degrees centigrade to 100 degrees centigrade, it increases. As density is inversely proportional to volume, the graph showing variation of density of water with temperature is as shown in figure. Density of water is maximum at 4 degrees centigrade. At 4 degrees centigrade, the value of density of water is 1000 kg per cubic meter or 1 gram per cubic centimeter. Due to anomalous expansion, volume coefficient of expansion of water is negative from 0 degree centigrade to 4 degrees centigrade, 0 at 4 degrees centigrade, positive above 4 degrees centigrade. Significance of anomalous expansion of water. Aquatic animals like fish, crabs, etc. are able to survive in ponds and lakes during winter season in cold regions. When atmospheric temperature falls below 0 degree centigrade, then top surface of water will frozen. But just below the ice layer, water will be present at 0 degree centigrade. The temperature at bottom of lake will be at 4 degree centigrade. Hence, aquatic animals can survive. Next topic, upthrust acting on a body when it is immersed in a liquid and is heated. Consider a body completely immersed in liquid. Let the temperature of liquid bath be increased from T1 degree centigrade to T2 degree centigrade. Then volume of body increases from V1 to V2 and density of liquid decreases from D1 to D2. Then D2 is equals to D1 divided by 1 plus gamma R into T2 minus T1, and V2 is equals to V1 into 1 plus gamma S into T2 minus T1, where gamma R is coefficient of real expansion of liquid. Gamma S is coefficient of volume expansion of solid block. At temperature T1 degree centigrade, upthrust acting on the body is given as F1 is equals to V1 into D1 into G. At temperature T2 degree centigrade, upthrust acting on the body is given as F2 is equals to V2 into D2 into G. Substituting the values of V2 and D2 and dividing equation 3 by equation 4, we get F1 by F2 is equals to 1 plus gamma R into T2 minus T1 whole thing divided by 1 plus gamma S into T2 minus T1. Our next topic, thermal properties of gases. Let us start with basics. Gases do not have shape of their own. A gas taken in a container will occupy entire volume of container. Hence, for gases, linear expansion and areal expansions are not considered, but volume expansion is considered. Since interatomic forces in gases are very weak when compared to those of liquids, therefore expansion of gases is much greater than those of liquids. When gas is taken in a container and heated, then both gas and container expands. But volume expansion of gases is very large when compared to that of solids. Hence, volume expansion of container is neglected. When a gas is taken in open vessel and is heated, then volume of gas increases and hence some amount of gas flows out of the vessel. But pressure on gas remains constant and is equal to atmospheric pressure. When gas is taken in a closed vessel and is heated, then volume of gas will remain constant. But in this case, pressure on gas increases. On heating further to a high temperature, the vessel may explode due to large increase in pressure. Hence, for gases, two types of coefficients are considered. First one, volume coefficient of gas. Second one, pressure coefficient of gas. Volume coefficient of gas is denoted by alpha and pressure coefficient of gas is denoted by beta. First one, volume coefficient of a gas. It is defined as increase in volume of gas to original volume at 0 degree centigrade per degree Celsius rise of temperature, keeping pressure as constant. That is, alpha is equals to Vt minus V naught whole thing divided by V naught T, where V naught is equals to volume of given mass of a gas at temperature 0 degree centigrade. Vt is equals to volume of given mass of a gas at temperature T degree centigrade. Next one, pressure coefficient of a gas. It is defined as increase in pressure of gas to its original pressure at 0 degree centigrade per degree Celsius rise of temperature, keeping volume as constant. That is, beta is equals to Pt minus P naught by P naught T, where P naught is pressure of given mass of a gas at temperature 0 degree centigrade. Pt is pressure of given mass of a gas at temperature T degree centigrade. Next topic, the relation between volume coefficient of a gas and pressure coefficient of a gas is given as alpha is equals to beta is equals to 1 by T, that's equals to 1 by 273.15. It's also equals to 0.00366 per Kelvin or 3.7 into 10 power minus 3 per Kelvin. For all gases, volume coefficient and pressure coefficients are same. Do like, share and subscribe. Thanks for watching video.